You know, so they really looked down upon me. And I also met them midway. Remember, in Swiss, as early as class 1, some are coming to the boarding school. As early as class 1.
Yeah.
So they've been in the boarding school from class 1 all the way to class 6.
They know the dynamics.
And they know themselves. And you just come in.
Who is this?
Some John boy. You know, John cry. And I remember that time too, my English was bad. I couldn't communicate well. I couldn't speak well. And there were a lot of librarians. That was the time Budum Bram had been. And then the librarians who managed to go to the US, they brought their kids to the school there. You know, and they were in the boarding school. A lot of librarians who were speaking. So it was a very difficult. I didn't know so many things. Because Latino, we go to farm, we come back. You know, you're eating fufu, you're eating banku, you know, that sort of thing.
Say some Latin language. How
so
do
Let's go.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me.
Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amado. Tonight, I'm here with
Ejubi Wiafe Akenti.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
An Article 146 petition was filed for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and her deputies from office. The bar saw no basis to speak out about compliance with due process. But in recent times, the bar found its voice when petitions based upon the same constitutionally defined procedures were brought in respect of the removal from office of the former Chief Justice, Mrs. Gertrude Araba-Tokono.
Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine attends ongoing bar conference in Wa with guns blazing, accusing the association of being biased. But the president of the Lawyers Association would have none of it. We'll be hearing from both sides here on Eyewitness News. Also, coming up, Bono Regional NPP Chairman Abronye DC granted bail on favorable conditions or more favorable conditions after last weekend's 2-week remand. And later on Eyewitness News, anti-Galamsey coalition piles pressure on government to declare state of emergency in mining areas. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Bank of Ghana flags utility tariff hikes as key risk ahead of policy rate decision.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations. We are in the Western region on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all based in Takrady. We are in the Bono region on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani, We are in Ahafo region on Hammers Radio 106.5 FM in Goso. In Ashanti region, we are on Alpha Radio 104.9 in Kumasi. We are on Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. If you go to the Volta region, we are on Global 105.1 FM in Ho, as well as Adanu 107.7 FM in Adakluwaya. In Northern region, we are on Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. We are in Upper West on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In Upper East, we are in Source 100.1 FM in Boko and Mike 105.3 FM in Navrongo. We are in Northeast on Scarp 101.3 FM in Nakbanduri. We are on YouTube and on Facebook. Look for Citi FM. We are interactive. Join us on WhatsApp 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. You can also go on Twitter, now known as X, and mention my handle at Umaru Sanda or mention at Citi973 at the hashtag Eyewitness News, and the world gets to hear what you think of the stories we are bringing you. We start off with the Judiciary now. AJB.
Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dr. Dominic Ayine has called on members of the Ghana Bar Association GBA to uphold the principles of the rule of law and constitutionalism rather than aligning themselves with partisan politics. Speaking in reference to the removal of the former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu as head of the Judiciary at the opening of the annual General Conference of the GBA in Wa, Dr. Ayine expressed concern that the association had selectively spoken out on the matter, thereby giving the impression of a political bias.
We must remember that our allegiance is first and foremost to the Constitution and this Republic, not to transient political interests. The advocacy of the bar as a professional group has lacked consistency, bringing into question its adherence to principle. Ladies and gentlemen, when in 2015, an Article 146 petition was received by the Chief Justice in relation to the former chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Madam Loretta Lamte, the bar failed to speak out about process. In the run-up to the 2016 elections, the then opposition New Patriotic Party engaged the Electoral Commission in court battles over the voter identification system. Immediately upon assuming office in 2017, an Article 146 petition was filed for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and her deputies from office. The bar saw no basis to speak out about compliance with due process. But in recent times, the bar found its voice when petitions based upon the same constitutionally defined procedures were brought in respect of the removal from office of the former Chief Justice, Mrs. Gertrude Tokonu. The honest question we have to ask ourselves is, what changed? The bar found its voice only in relation to the third petition. Coincidentally, the voice of the bar amplified the voice of the opposition.
Dr. Ayine also cautioned professional and legal bodies against permitting external influence in Ghana's constitutional and judicial affairs.
Let us therefore be the conscience of the Republic, fearless when governments overreach, impartial when opposition agitates, and always faithful to the sovereignty of the people under the Constitution. And talking of sovereignty, we should desist from the temptation of inviting foreign interference in our internal constitutional processes. As a professional body, there is absolutely nothing wrong with forming relationships with like-minded foreign associations. Such relationships are necessary for cross-fertilization of ideas on professional matters such as standards. That is where it should end. Interference in constitutional politics risks violating the principle that sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose benefit the powers of government are to be exercised.
You heard the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, and he was speaking in the Upper West Regional Capital where the bar conference opened today, and lots of lawyers and judges present there, and you heard the Attorney General speak. In fact, the Acting Chief Justice also spoke through someone who represented him. Now, let's test some of the statements made by the Attorney General through someone who served in his office in the past, even though he's politically tainted, being an MPP member. Afretian Yeboah was Deputy Attorney General in the Akufo-Addo administration. He's joined us on the line. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother.
What's your reaction hearing the Attorney General speak about the GBA to the GBA in the manner he did?
Thank you very much. Fortunately, I'm in WA, so I was there in the morning when the Attorney General delivered his speech. We must all realize that or recognize that the Attorney General is the leader of the bar. He's part and parcel of the bar. And for that matter, the comments that he made bordering on the activities of the GBA, if they are positive, he's part of it. If they are negative, he's part of it. And so his comments regarding whether GBA was supposed to have commented on the matter yesterday, but is now commenting on a new matter, is something that I think is worth looking into. For instance, I do not agree with the Attorney General indicating that the GBA lost its voice some time ago. But with the current administration, the GBA has found its voice. And he made reference to the removal process of Charlotte Osei and the other two deputies, by indicating that in that process, the GBA never came out with any comment. But when it came to the removal process of the Lady Chief Justice, the GBA came out with its statement on the matter. We must not forget that in 2014, when the then president received a petition for the removal of the chair of the charge, the GBA, by my reckoning, did not issue any statement. Doesn't mean that they lost their voice also under President Mahama in 2014. Perhaps the facts then did not merit the release of any press release by the GBA. In 2017, GBA, also looking at the facts, also decided not to issue any statement. 2025, a petition for the removal of the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice position is not like the EC chairperson position. We must have that one in mind and then understand it once and for all. The CJ is the head of the third arm of the government. The EC chairperson or chairman is the head of a constitutional body. For that matter, if you think that you may want to use that one to justify or to justify the allegation that the ATB has just found its voice, I mean, you cannot have it that way. It must also be placed on record that the Bar Association worldwide, and for that matter, those in Commonwealth, they are the people who speak for the judiciary. The GBA will come in at any time there is the slightest attempt to interfere with the independence of the judiciary. And this is something that the GBA has been consistent on. And so the GBA decided to comment on the removal process of the Lady Chief Justice. I see nothing wrong with it. In any event, even if the GBA did not speak on the removal process of 2014 under President Mahama and 2017 under President Akufo-Addo, doesn't mean that the GBA should never comment on any issue again. I expected the Attorney to rather even commend the GBA for speaking out, and also urge them to move into the future, also speak on many issues that may come up. But the way he put it is as if he's averse to criticisms by the GBA. When we were in government, now you mentioned it, I'm a politically exposed person, I'm a politician, the GBA spoke its mind. I mean, if you go to 2019, the GBA president then, Mr. Anthony Forson, at the Bar Conference in Takoradi, stated the position of the GBA regarding the governance of President Akufo-Addo. The President Akufo-Addo was there at the conference. Omar, you can check. 2023, in Cape Coast, when President Akufo-Addo in the course of a speech, indicated that President Mahama should not be voted for as the president in 2024 elections. The GBA came out to condemn it. And the GBA speech at the conference in Cape Coast also criticized our government. We never complained. Last year, 2024, in Kumasi, the GBA president criticized President Kufuor's government severely regarding Galamsey and other matters. The government took it in good faith. What has changed? That currently, we just want comment on the removal process of a Chief Justice. Then the Attorney General saying the GBA has recently found it wrong. Perhaps for all these years, the Attorney General was not following the activities of the GBA. Otherwise, this statement that you made today wouldn't have been made.
So you do not agree that the GBA is biased, in the words of the Attorney General, even though he may not be the only one who is saying this, but perhaps the highest ranking lawyer who is saying this publicly for the first time?
You see, this statement, this is not the first time that some of us have heard this statement. But if I hear such a statement from any other person, not in the position of the Attorney General, I may say fine, the person may be speaking from his own standpoint. But if you hear such a statement from the Attorney General, who is the leader of the bar, it tells you that the Attorney General is actually out there to fight the bar. That is what I am getting to be wrong. Otherwise, if you are the head of a household and you have issues with that house because you are part of it, how do you resolve it? You sit down with them, they will explain to you A, B, C, D, they resolve it. But the moment you go out and they behave as if you are not part of the system, whether the Kenyan likes it or not, is the leader of the bar, unless he doesn't want that position, but that's his position. And so I least expected him to come out with this position. You could leave it to the political propagandists, leave it to political commentators to do it. They may have their own opinion on matters. But the GBA has been consistent on matters. The GBA also cannot be compelled to comment on matters that it does not want to compare on. Has there been any circumstance or instance where the Ghana Medical Association has been compelled to issue a statement, or National Medical Association, or not? Associations, they are not partisan associations. As and when they deem necessary, they come out with their issues, their comments on issues involving the nation.
Okay, but the law that was used is the same law, isn't it? So if the same law was used in the past and the Attorney General makes the remark that the association did not lament or comment, why is the association speaking now when the same law has been invoked again?
See, if I'm not mistaken, within this year, the AG himself, that's what I'm not mistaken, said there was the need to have a regulation or a CI governing the removal process of a superior court judge, including the CG. And so the bar association comes out with a statement to echo the same point. Have they broken any bones? The GBA comes out with a statement that the CJ is being removed. We urge due process and fairness to be followed. Is it anything that we can say is untoward? No. The GBA statement, the first one was about due process. The second one was consequent upon a resolution of the media conference of the GBA. So if the lawyers meet, GBA meet, and they come out with a resolution, you expect them, the leaders will say, we are not going to come out with a resolution. That was the essence of the executives. So the GBA has been consistent, and I think I support the view of Attorney General regarding the passage of a CI to regulate the removal process of the Chief Justice. Because the Chief Justice is the head of a third arm of government. That's what we must all be looking at. If the president is to be removed now, we know the process of impeachment. If the speaker is removed, that process also there. But when it comes to the speaker, when it comes to the Chief Justice, the Parliament is not involved, even though Parliament approved his nomination or her nomination. When it comes to the removal of the president, Parliament is involved. And so now we have a constitutional provision that has not taken into consideration all these matters. So we are saying, if we are not going to amend the constitution, let's have the CI to guide us in the process that we can use in removing the superior court judge.
Okay.
If in the past there wasn't any CI, and now there's a need for a CI, nothing has changed.
The Attorney General spoke at the bar conference. He's the leader of the bar, not the president of the association. He's not an executive. Do you get a sense from the GBA that it is unhappy with the statement that was made by the AG? Will the GBA take any action in relation to what the Attorney General said?
I think the GBA, speaking for myself and from what I have gathered, I mean, being at the conference when a lot of the majority of the members are not happy about that comment regarding the GBA not commenting on South Australia issue, but commenting on the CDS issue. As to what the GBA may want to do, I mean, that person also has the right to also make his comments.
Okay.
We disagree with him. So I think the GBA is not going to take any steps. That's what I say. I'm not part of the executives. But the GBA is going to go ahead to issue statements as and when they deem it fit. Then let me add this point before I do the end this issue we want us to end about the intervention and sovereignty. You see, the Attorney General made this comment that through the removal process, the Commonwealth Lawyers Association issued a statement, and he was of the opinion that amounted to interference. That aspect of it, I especially disagree with the Attorney General.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we can leave it here. Unfortunately, that's all time well, but thank you so much for
I wanted to add this.
Yes, conclude. You can conclude, yes.
Yes, so I'm concluding by saying that recently there was an attack on Iran by Israel. Ghana issued a statement condemning the attack. Does it mean that Ghana is interfering in the affairs of Israel? I mean, some of these things you issue, but the effect of it is that you cannot compare them to go by what you have issued. So if the Commonwealth Lawyers Association issue any statement regarding the process of removal in Ghana, it's part and parcel of the association, of the process of association, yeah.
Very well. Thank you for speaking to us. That's the Honorable Alfred Tiayebua, former Deputy Attorney General. Let's speak to the Majority Whip in Parliament, who is a lawyer himself, the Honorable Nelson Echi Roxin Dafamako. He's joining us on that line. You're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Umaru.
This position of the...
I'm privileged to have joined you.
Okay.
Privilege.
Since you not drag me to Privileges Committee, I'm also privileged. Thank you. The Attorney General's statement today has been made in the past variously by persons close to your party or associated with your party, the NDC. Now, Alfred Tiayebua's view is that this is not a comment that should be coming from an Attorney General. Do you disagree?
I disagree with Alfred, and is my good friend and senior at the bar and the immediate past DAG of the Republic of Ghana. The Attorney General amplified a very long-held view held by a lot of lawyers in this country. So the Attorney General is not simply speaking in vacuum. The Attorney General is speaking with reference to a plethora of instances in the past. He gave them instances in his speech. He cited the removal of an Article 71 office holder whose removal is captured within Article 146 of the Constitution. The GBA went mum. They never spoke. In fact, two women. He mentioned the removal in 2016. He mentioned the removal in 2018. Women, Article 171 office holders who were removable under Article 146. The GBA never spoke. So he's asking them, why are you suddenly speaking against the removal processes triggered under 146 currently? That's the question the venerable AG posed to the bar or to the GBA. So Alfred Tiayebua is a member of the GBA. He's not an officer of the GBA. He's not the one who should be responding to the comments by the Attorney General. So that is my first observation. Why is Tiayebua the one speaking for the Ghana Bar Association? He's not an officer of the association. I'm also a member of the association. I am in good standing. In good standing as he is. He's not the PRO of our association. So why is he the one reacting in the media? Second, He makes the point that there should be a procedure provided for the removal of the CJ or the president by the president, because it's subject to the parliamentary processes, and that when that is done, it will be more fair. Oh, but senior knows that where a law provides a procedure for a thing to be done, it's only that procedure that will be followed. That this is the authority. This is settled. This is the sound authority in the Boifio versus NTHC Supreme Court decision. So there's nowhere Supreme Court will provide procedure under 146 for the removal of certain constitutional office holders, and then an ally or a constitutional instrument will be enacted that will vary or that will depart from the procedure provided under Constitution. That instrument will only mimic what the Constitution provides. It cannot depart from it. So this argument that we need a procedure for the removal of the CJ, we need a procedure for the removal of the president, is neither here nor there. The Constitution has already provided what should be done. So that argument again falls flat. Third, he makes the point that the Attorney General is entitled to his opinion, and that in the past, where the president came to advocate, for instance, that the opposition leader, the then opposition leader, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, shouldn't be voted for, they disagreed. Our concern at the time was that you don't offer your platform for a sitting president of the Republic of Ghana to come and conduct that kind of campaign. When you do that, whether you issue a disclaimer or not, it makes you tainted. That you can actually offer your platform for a president to come and do that. These were the concerns that we have communicated. And let me ask you, Ayeboa, sometime in 2011, the Ghana Bar Association convened and actually impeached its own president, Neo Samuels. What did Neo Samuels do? Because they said Neo Samuels was aligned to the NDC. So even though he was the bar president, some of them ganged up and impeached him. But we have had bar presidents who have used their position as the bar president to do things in favor of the opposition at the time. Let me speak about Nene Amegache, who proceeded later to become a Supreme Court judge. Nene Amegache, as the president of the Ghana Bar Association, used his position and contested the decision by the sitting president of the Republic of Ghana to make Supreme Court appointments. So go and read the decision of Amegache versus Attorney General and see the terms of the matters that Nene Amegache, as president of the bar, took to court, challenging the exercise of a constitutional powers mandated under law for the president to exercise. But our president of the bar went to court in our name, in our collective name, even though some of us disagree with him, but he exercised his powers as the bar president to do that. So the Venerable Dominic Ayine, Dr. Dominic Ayine, is only saying that the bar must, like Caesar's wife, they must live above reproach. The way you decide to use your facilities to sound as an opposition or opposition leaders, you will be treated as such. And as members of the Ghana Bar Association, we are all feeling the heat. The heat that he came to open today, we are all feeling it. Because these were open truths, as we say in English. Open truths. He came to amplify to us today.
But that's unconventional, is it not?
It's very conventional. It's very conventional. The attorney generals have always used the opening of the bar conference to make statements of policy or major opinion. And I can cite instances from the days of the Venerable Dr. Obeda Samoa all the way. When Dr. Obeda Samoa was Attorney General, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the bar was then headed by legal giants like Quenya here and Co. And they used the bar conference to deal with government matters or national politics. Obedasamo always went there to tell them to live above reproach. They must avoid using the bar association's activities as a fertile ground for the opposition to come and thrive with their opinions. He always questions them and caution them. So Dr. Ayini is not the first Attorney General to use the opening of the bar conference to caution the GBA officials from desisting in acting like they are active partisan political actors. No.
Is the NDC of the view that the Ghana Bar Association is NPP? Is that to summarize what the Attorney General said today?
No, it is not the association, but it is the kind of leadership of the association that we get anytime in time.
Does it mean then that you don't sponsor leaders to be elected, and so you'd have to deal with who is elected? And if that person is politically tainted, you then make that conclusion, even though it's not accurate?
This is a professional association, so you are not want to do that. And let me give you another instance. The current bar president, my own Mrs. Ifuagati, there are evidence of her having been partisanly inclined, participating in NPP campaign activities. I can show you evidence. I have some. So when members of the same association take these matters to the forefront, because we have a basis. When you go and wear an NPP T-shirt and cap and go on a platform and actually campaign, whether the person is your husband or not, you are doing national politics, you are being partisan, and you lead a professional association. So when you do that, you should know that there are consequences for such conduct. You got to know that there are consequences for such conduct.
On the issue of procedure or a new procedure that is being contemplated to guide the removal of the siege in the past, I think I must have heard something coming from government about a process that would be adopted to guide this process in the future. Are you suggesting that no such process would succeed unless there's an amendment to the Constitution?
Yes, no such process will succeed, because any instrument, whether a legislative instrument or a constitutional instrument, because this is a constitutional matter, Article 146 issue, so it would naturally be a constitutional instrument. That will amplify the procedure provided under 146, cannot vary, cannot deviate from what is already captured in concrete under 146. You can only add flesh to it. So, for instance, when they say a prima facie determination must be made, pursuant of the decision in J. versus Attorney General, then maybe a timeline will be provided. But you can't say that a prima facie determination cannot take place. So, for instance, that when the committee must be constituted and gone into the matters, a timeline will be provided in the instrument. You understand? When they say there should be in-camera hearing, you cannot craft an instrument that will say that there should be a public hearing, for instance. So the clamor for an instrument that will depart from what the Constitution provides is an illogical reasoning, because the instrument will be a derivative of what the Constitution provides. It can only mirror and give flesh to what the Constitution stipulates. It cannot depart from it. It cannot vary it. It cannot be different from it.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us and for the intervention.
It's my pleasure, my brother.
That's Honorable Roxy Nelson Echi Dapamakpo. He's a member of Parliament and also the whip of the majority side in Parliament, speaking to us there about the issue of the Attorney General. The Attorney General going to the Ghana Bar Association conference today and speaking about what he described as bias by the association in relation to the handling of the matter relating to the now removed Chief Justice Gertrude Isaba Iraba Tokonu. Let's listen to the Attorney General again briefly.
An Article 146 petition was filed for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and her deputies from office. The bar saw no basis to speak out about compliance with due process. But in recent times, the bar found its voice when petitions based upon the same constitutionally defined procedures were brought in respect of the removal from office of the former Chief Justice, Mrs. Gertrude Arabatokono. We must remember that our allegiance is first and foremost to the Constitution and this Republic, not to transient political interests. The advocacy of the bar as a professional group has lacked consistency, bringing into question its adherence to principle. Ladies and gentlemen, when in 2015, an Article 146 petition was received by the Chief Justice in relation to the former chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Madam Loretta Lamte, the bar failed to speak out about process.
So that's Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine. Let's go to the Ghana Bar Association and speak to the PRO, Sylvia Kuje, is joining us on the line. You're welcome to Eyewitness News Council.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity. Bear with me, I have a very bad cough, so I'll manage it.
Don't worry, I'll send you some vitamin C. I know a right place to get it in Wa.
Thank you, sir.
Let's talk about today. The Attorney General came and was a no-holds-barred address to the conference, accusing the conference or the bar itself or the executives that led it of bias, and he cited specific instances where the bar saw no evil, said no evil, and heard no evil. But all of a sudden, the bar, under a new dispensation, according to the AG, has found its voice. As executives of the GBA, what is your official reaction or response to what the Attorney General said at the conference today?
Thank you so much. I think our position is clear. We respectfully disagree with him. Using his own speech today, he gave certain scenarios, beginning with the removal of the former Shraj boss, Madam Loretta Lamte. That happened under NDC. Am I right?
Yes, he did.
And then fast forward, removal of a former EC chair, Madam Charlotte Osei. That happened under MDP. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And both happened under Article 146, not so. At that time, no regulations were made. Apart from these two, some judges, Superior Court judges, were removed using the same Article 146. So if as a society, going forward, we have to be towing the way, the line, we have to be going, proceeding the way we are proceeding. And the bar is saying that, well, let's put in place regulations to govern the application of Article 146 of the Constitution. What is favoritism about this one? As a society, do we want to be static? Because in the past, it has happened to us when both regimes were in power. We have now seen it happening again, and we are saying that, look, going forward, we shouldn't be doing it the way we used to do it. What is wrong? Has it been done and is being skewed in application in favor of one side? I don't think so. There's nothing that is constant. The only constant I know is change. And as a society, we keep evolving. Even as human beings, the fact that you didn't take a certain decision yesterday doesn't mean that you can't take it today or tomorrow, looking into the future. So I think he got it wrong. We disagree with him.
Okay. Is there a reason behind the non-issuance of a statement when Charlotte Osei was removed as Electoral Commission chairperson by the GBA at the time? Can you speak to that?
There was no reason. That is why I said that those appear to be the earlier stages of the application of Article 146. But going forward as a people, if we think that wouldn't help us, why would anybody be resisting a suggestion that rules should be made to guide the process? Don't forget, nobody is saying that 146 does not give power to the president to remove the CJ or any Superior Court justice. That power is there. But there must be regulations governing procedures in the removal process. That is all we are saying. So to say that we are biased, I don't think it's right. I remember when we went to WHO, Cape Coast. You interviewed me. That is Omar Sanda. Am I right?
Yes, correct. I remember that interview.
You remember President Mahama at the NDC lawyers conference before the whole conference made an allegation that President Kufuor appointed MPP inclined judges to the bench. We condemned him. President Kufuor came to Cape Coast to address her. As he condemned President Mahama, we supported him. When he moved beyond that, by advising that all well-meaning Ghanaians shouldn't vote for President Mahama because of what he said, we condemned it too. So where lies the favoritism? I think let's get these things clear. Why are we doing this to ourselves? We must, for me, the future is what matters. What has happened has happened.
But the point is, where is the start-off point, or where do you start from, and why are you starting from the Ayezu era?
Oh, you went to school one day, not so. Even though you were born the first day, did you go to school that day?
No.
There must always be a starting point. That is life. So because we never did it, we should live it this way. Then we are not living life as a people.
You've talked about a regulation to guide the removal process. The chief whip of the NDC side, who most likely will whip MPs in line to pass any bill that may come, is suggesting that you cannot have a law which is lower in rank to implement a law which is higher in rank, i.e., you cannot create a regulation to guide a constitutional procedure which has been spelled out in black and white. What do you envisage can happen with that regulation dealing with Article 146?
I disagree with him because my understanding of what we are saying relative to Article 146 is to give us step-by-step procedure as to how we should proceed. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4.
But is that not what 146? Is that not what 146 does? Gives specific steps of how and when and what to be done.
And we are saying that it's not detailed enough. It could have been more comprehensive. That's what we're saying.
But his position is that if you introduce any new thing, then that would be a constitutional amendment, and you cannot create a new law that is not in the existing law and ask that that be the procedure instead.
Well, is there a provision in the Constitution that we can amend it? Is there a provision like that?
Yes, so there can be an amendment, but not a regulation. That's his view. You can amend the Constitution, yes, but you cannot create an LI, which would then be used to be...
If there is the need for you to amend to create an LI, what prevents you from doing that? You see, let's be serious about this. We can pass LIs overnight in respect of certain sensitive areas. But why these ones, we are trying to play games with it? If there is the need for us as a nation, agreeably, to amend 146, let's do it and move forward.
Very well. Would there be any action taken against the Attorney General for the statement he made before you, or it remains a statement he has made and you respect but disagree with it and move on?
Oh, he's our official leader. We have disagreed with him. He knows it himself. That is why I have used his own examples in his speech to clarify the position. I gave you two scenarios that he himself gave. I didn't say those ones.
Very well.
So there's no need to worry about. He's still our leader. The only thing is that I think that going forward, our leaders should rather help us solve a problem. Once you're an Attorney General, you are the official leader of the bar. That's the name we've put on them. And we expect them to help us solve problems. That is what leaders do.
Before today, there was talk about President Mahama attending the conference. Can you explain why he was not there?
Well, the regional minister let us know that he has to attend an international event at the continental level, so he couldn't make it. He got that message just this morning while he was addressing us. Those of us who are executives got it. Yeah. Very
well. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You're welcome.
That's Xavier Kuje. He is PRO of the Ghana Bar Association. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM.
Be there as it happens.
The luckiest everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Like a fiesta on my side. I'm all wrapped up. And all I think about is my pay. I get classic, I get bloody, I get strawberry, also fruity. Of course, all night to take me on now. Skin to skin, oh no, no. All I need is my extra thing. Doing so day, so go for the glow up. And keep the vibe 100 with more party packs. Fiesta, fiesta, wrap it up.
Wrap it up with Fiesta condoms. Comes in 9 different variants to spice up your game. Available in any pharmacy near you.
Prevents STIs and unintended pregnancy when used correctly.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wrap it up.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go, go. Ah, Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's return to the issues bothering on the judiciary. On Friday, Abronye DC, the Bono regional chairman of the NPP, was remanded into police custody by the court after he appeared in court 3 days after an earlier remand. Now, the remand lasted for 2 weeks. At least that's what we heard on Friday. Tonight, we are learning that he has been granted bail on a very favorable term. His lawyer is Daniel Marty. He's joined us on the line. Mr. Marty, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Good evening, and good evening to your cherished listeners.
Now, on Friday, your client was remanded for 2 weeks. How did that change all of a sudden? And tonight we are hearing that he has been granted fresh bail. Did you appeal the decision of Friday, or what happened?
Omaru, tackle the statement you made, you indicated my client was remanded for 2 weeks. That is not so. He was remanded for a week. He was to appear before the court on the 19th of September, which is Friday coming. So it was just a week.
Okay, and the statement of the judgment did not say 2 weeks, but the adjournment date given 1 week. Is that not happening? Was there not a contradiction in there?
So the thing is, prosecution prayed for 2 weeks, and then my lord indicated that the accused person be remanded into custody, and then we got back to court on the 19th of September.
But in remanding, the judge did not use the wording 2 weeks, did he?
No, not at all. He didn't use 2 weeks.
Good. Thank you for that explanation. Now you can explain the second part of what changed over the weekend.
Yeah, so today we went to court and prayed to abridge the time, that is the 19th September to the 15th of September, which is today, so that we could move once again a bail application for and on behalf of our clients that is coming back for. And my lord, listened to our prayers and granted same. So we came to court today, Circuit Court 9, and then prayed to abridge time from 19th of September to 15th of September, and that was granted. And after that was granted, we moved the court to grant our client bail due to the fact that his health is deteriorating in custody. And my lord heard our prayers and granted the bail to us.
It was the same judge?
Was the same judge, the same court.
But I thought the applications take days, or at least a few days before, after moving before they are heard. How did you manage to move today and get to hear the judge to hear you today, considering that he may have dealt with the matter on Friday and sent your client into detention?
That's why I said, once we came to court and then prayed the court to abridge the time based on the fact that, the health condition of our client is deteriorating. You'd understand that, health are very crucial matters you cannot discard in the life of a person. And if the lawyers are indicating that the health condition of the accused person is deteriorating, these are matters that are cropping up after, it is changing the circumstance of the accused person after he was remanded into custody. So in law, you bring it to the attention of the judge, and then he hears it in good faith, and he granted our prayer, and we had the opportunity to move the bail application. Once my lord considered the fact that the prayer for the abridgment was sound, that goes to cure whether the bail application would be moved on Friday or not, because he's agreed to abridge the time, and that ends whether or not it ought to have been moved on Friday or not.
Okay, so how did you explain away the position espoused by the judge previously on why he thought that your client should be remanded during the period that he dictated he be remanded? How and why did the judge vary his previous position? Did he say?
I would say again, it was solely based on the health condition of my client, and that was the only thing I was, putting before the court. I was impressing upon the court on the fact that the health of my client is an issue. My client's health is deteriorating. My lord, please have a look at that and grant me my prayer to abridge the time. And even in the bail application, again, as I repeated before the court today, my focus was on the fact that my client's health is deteriorating. And if health matters are raised...
you didn't raise the issue of health last week, did you?
The issue of health, not necessarily in the Viva Voce application. Not necessarily in the Viva Voce application.
Okay.
We didn't mention it fully as I actually detailed it today.
Okay. This your application today was ex parte?
No, not at all.
Did the state oppose?
The prosecution didn't oppose.
Very well. Now, has he been able to meet these new conditions and left the custody of the state?
Yes, I can confirm that my client is no more in custody, the information reaching me from the family is that they might pass by a health facility before they get home because of the health issues I'm making reference to. They may want to pass by a health facility, get him thoroughly checked before they move him home.
When next?
But I can confirm that my client is not in custody.
When next is it due in court?
7th October 2025.
The issue of asylum that he was seeking, what happens to that? Has his passport been detained by the court, and would he still proceed with that asylum he was seeking?
No, as part of the bail condition, it was not stated that his passport be, he should deliver his passport to, any authority. He maintains his passport. If I remember very well, my lord indicated that he should be visiting the police once every week. That was an additional term my lord indicated. And the asylum issue, if you may permit me, as a lawyer, you can only speak based on the mandate given you. As it stands, I don't have any mandate to speak on the letter he issued out. He's acknowledged that he issued that said letter out. But I don't have any mandate to speak on that letter. So if you would allow me, I would check with my client. If I have that mandate, I can come back to you and then confirm what is in it.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
That's Daniel Mate, his lawyer for Abronye DC. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's talk about Galamsey now, Jubi.
The coalition against Galamsey Ghana is reiterating its call for a state of emergency in areas affected by illegal mining across the country. The group says the menace poses a serious threat to livelihoods and public order, requiring urgent action. Addressing the press in Accra, convener of the coalition, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe, urged the government to declare a state of emergency in Galamsey-affected areas to ensure the situation is tackled decisively.
Results. And His Excellency, Mr. President, please, you should immediately declare a state of emergency. And again, we are very clear about it, in parts of the country, not in all of the country, not in the entire district, but in parts of the country that are required to save Ghanaians as prescribed by the Constitution. A Constitution you have agreed to uphold. The President must provide the nation with milestones and timelines to serve as a guide for continued action and demonstration of the government's commitment. Just to tell us that a committee has been formed, it's not adequate. We need a lot of transparency. We need a lot of details.
He heard convener for the coalition against Galamsey Ghana, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I have to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look, the video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters. MTN, everywhere you go.
The Citi Business Olympics is back. It's all about team building, networking, and staying healthy.
Everything, be it football, be it basketball, be it Scrabble, be it Excel, we are there.
Arm wrestling, we are there. Which game will your company participate in this year? Is it 7-a-side football, volleyball, swimming, basketball, or sack race? Rally your teammates and get ready for action.
We know we've gone on a recess, but we are back. You will feel it.
Saturday, September 27, 2025. Time 8 a.m. Venue, Eden Heights Sports Complex. Call 0558-973-973 to register your company today.
The experience so far has been very great. We are glad to have participated.
Let's keep fit, grow connections, and enjoy a day full of energy and excitement. The Citi Business Olympics 2025 is powered by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Side Hustle, and it's proudly sponsored by UMB Bank and supported by Bethel Logistics and Dampon Healthcare.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA. We're here to make your life better, stress-free and easy. We go the extra mile, beyond your expectations. We will get it done and get it done very well now. UBA, best loans and more. UBA, best customer satisfaction. UBA, best digital solutions. UBA, Africa's global bank.
For best retail products, innovative offerings, loans made just for you, attractive interest rates, trading across Africa or sending money. If you want the best digital banking products, including chatting with you on WhatsApp and Facebook, turn to UBA, Africa's global bank.
The jamming never stops. The game never stops. The productivity never stops. The music never stops. At J&J, we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, and UPS solutions, so the power never stops. Your go-to for total energy solutions, making sure you work, thrive, and live life uninterrupted. Visit our website, gjtechghana.com, or call us on 0302-689-178 or 179 or 0202-222-220. J&J, your energy partner.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509-551-609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akente. Let's settle for the details. The Bank of Ghana has admitted that proposed utility tariff hikes could weigh heavily on its next policy raise decision as its Monetary Policy Committee assesses elevated risk to the country's current disinflation path. This comes as utility service providers have requested increases of more than 200% in both water and electricity tariffs. Speaking at the opening of the 126th MPC meeting at the Bank Square, Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama acknowledged signs of fiscal stability but cautioned that global trade risk and the looming tariff adjustments will play a decisive role in determining the central bank's policy stance.
Execution in the first half of 2025 signaled consolidation. The deficit on commitment basis was contained at 0.7% of GDP, below target, contributing, together with Citi strength and external restructuring, to a decline in the public debt ratio by mid-year. while reiterating our readiness to adjust as the disinflation process evolves and risks such as global trade disruptions or prospective utility tariff adjustments are assessed. Colleagues, our commitment remains firm, and these are to maintain price stability, to safeguard financial stability, and to create the conditions for inclusive and sustainable growth.
Dr. Johnson Esiama is governor of the Bank of Ghana. The Ghana Gold Board has reaffirmed its commitment to promoting sustainable mining and enhancing the traceability of gold purchased on the local market. As part of this effort, the board has presented 5 million cedis and 5 Toyota Hilux pickups to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. At a ceremony in Accra, Chief Executive Officer Sami Jemfi said the support is aimed at strengthening the operations of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat, which leads the fight against Galamsey.
As you may be aware, our beloved country Ghana is a blessed nation. We're endowed with a lot of natural resources, and one of them is gold. And these natural resources are supposed to be harnessed and leveraged for the development and transformation of our country. This is one of the reasons why the Gold Board was established, to promote sustainable mining and ensure that as a country we are able to derive optimal benefits from our natural resources. But in as much as we need gold to get foreign exchange, to improve our reserves, the balance of payments, our currency and all that.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Jemfi. Now, Ghana has so far contributed $20 million of the required $83 million towards the establishment of the Africa Energy Bank. The bank, jointly initiated by the African Petroleum Producers Organization, APPO, and the African Export-Import Bank, AfriExim, has an initial share capital of $5 billion. Member states are expected to channel their contributions through national oil companies, sovereign wealth funds, or other designated entities. Speaking to journalists on the sidelines of the 7th APPO National Oil Companies CEOs meeting in Accra, CEO of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, Kwame Ntoamwa, said the bank will be instrumental in mobilizing financing for critical energy projects across the continent.
Finance is also critical, and that's why Apple has established the Africa Energy Bank, which will provide a basis for financing some of the projects, the many projects that we have in Ghana as well. It hasn't started operating, but the about 3-4 companies have already paid, their subscriptions. Ghana has paid about 20-25% of the required amount, and we expect that with Nigeria and Angola, we can at least start the project. We can start the Africa Energy Bank, which is headquartered in Nigeria. Every country has to pay $83 million. So we paid last year about 25% of that, which is about $20 million. So we are encouraging the other countries, to also come up with their subscriptions. And then it will be supported by the AfriExim Bank, which will match whatever we put in there. So I believe that if we're successful with that financing aspect with the bank, Ghana can actually access some of that financing for the critical projects that we have.
That was the CEO of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, Kwame Ntoamwa. Meanwhile, Energy and Green Transition Minister John Jinapong has stressed the importance of a just energy transition as the global shift towards renewables intensifies.
Africa must demand for a just energy transition. Like I said, we contribute just 4% to global warming. We constitute about 17% of the world's population. Some even put us at 19. And yet when it comes to energy consumption, we consume less than 4%. About 50% of Africans, particularly in Sub-Saharan Africa, do not have access to electricity. And so this forum should provide us with impetus to work together. We are happy to know that Ghana has about 98% access to electrification, which is very, very high. And so Ghana serves as a learning hub, as a reference point for most of these countries. How can we leverage on our hydrocarbons, particularly gas, to ensure that we have access to electricity? And in Ghana, we have a master plan which says that we should push a lot of our gas towards electricity and ensure that we have affordable energy for the people of Ghana. And it should not just be Ghana, it should be extended to the rest of Africa.
You had Energy and Green Transition Minister John Jinapor. Now, government has unveiled an ambitious target to increase annual cocoa export revenues from $11.4 million to $18.1 million. According to Dr. Peter Boama Otukono, Director of Presidential Initiatives on Agriculture and Agribusiness, the strategy aims to solidify the nation's status as Africa's top coconut exporter while sharpening its edge in the global market. The announcement comes on the back of a nationwide farmer registration drive for the government's 3 million coconut seedlings program.
Agriculture is not just about food. It is about the future. It is about industrialization. It's about value addition. It's about foreign exchange. It's about the dignity of our farmers and of our people living in our communities. Through the presidential initiatives in agriculture and agribusiness, supported by the Ghana Exim Bank, implemented in partnership with the Coconut Federation of Ghana, we are operationalizing this vision. We have created a registration portal on the official website of the Directorate for Presidential Initiatives in Agriculture and Agribusiness at the Office of the President on www.pr.gov.gh to make it easy for farmers, cooperatives, and young agripreneurs to sign up for these coconut seedlings. Built with farmers in mind, the platform is simple, very fast, and accessible to anyone with mobile phone, tablet, or computer. It requires only basic details, your name, and transformational. This 3 million coconut seedlings will lead to an expansion of the cultivation area from 90,000 hectares to about 110,000 hectares, and later to about 150,000 hectares in the medium term.
Dr. Peter Boama Otukono is the Director of Presidential Initiatives on Agriculture and Agribusiness. And that's it for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akente. Up next is Point Blank.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
The gogo.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Citi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish?
Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Umaru Sandama. The Point Blank is brought to you by Valex Lease Equipment Limited. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions. Tonight on Point Blank, we're talking about President Mahama's National Apprenticeship Program. It's known as NAP. Take a nap. The National Coordinator of the National Apprenticeship Program is my guest in studio tonight. He's Nicodemus NBD Derry. Nah, you're big man. Your initials are like 7. You're like Martin ABK. I mean, or which other long VCRAC crap? That's the longest so far. Nicodemus. That's the Bible name, eh?
Sure.
Nicodemus. And the NB stands for NBD. So what's your full name?
So my full name is Nicodemus Nangmen Better Dometiero Derby.
Hold on. Mention each of them individually so that I understand.
Nicodemus, comma.
Full stop.
Nangmen Better.
Nangmen has something to do with
Nangmen
God.
means God.
Because mean is God.
Yes.
Okay.
Better means does not think like.
Okay.
Dometiero, enemy's thought. So, in essence, the name in Dagari means the thoughts of my enemy are not the thoughts of God.
Oh, wow.
God's thoughts are not the thoughts of my enemy.
Very powerful. You are from Jirapa or?
I'm from Fielmo, Nandom.
Oh, I see. Nice. Welcome.
Thank you.
Everything good?
Everything good.
Ah.
And I'm honored to be meeting you for the first time. I've heard your voice over and over.
I appreciate.
But this is the first encounter I have with you.
I appreciate. I pray it ends very well.
It will surely end well.
Amen. Thank you. Before we talk about this apprenticeship program, who are you aside your name? So Nicodemus is an old Bible name.
Well, the old Nicodemus used to go to Jesus by night. I go by day.
Okay. I'm not even going to challenge on this one. Let's leave it here. Who are you? Or what are you?
So Nicodemus is...
are you a chief? You have too many bracelets on your hand. Are you a chief? So that I be careful how I treat you tonight.
I am not a chief.
Oh, good. Then
I love to wear beads, and I can see you are wearing some.
And so I'll collect some of the one you are wearing before you leave.
Definitely.
Please, who are you?
So Nicodemus is a young Ghanaian hailing from the Upper West region, schooled in Upper West.
Which school?
Tumu, St. Gabriel's Primary School in Tumu, attended Nandon Secondary School.
Okay.
First batch of UDS WA campus, so I'm a pioneer of the University for Development Studies. And before this current role, my previous engagement was with the University for Development Studies as a lecturer, and so currently I'm on secondment on the role that I'm playing now.
Oh, so you're a lecturer?
Yes.
I see. You also do politics?
And I do politics. So a former regional youth organizer for the Upper West region, multiple times.
Okay. And then you got this. So are you like the highest officer under the program, the National Apprenticeship
So
program?
I'm the national coordinator, but the program runs under the Ministry for Youth Development and Empowerment and implemented by the National Youth Authority.
So you are under Pablo, under Osman Ayariga?
Yes.
Okay. So you report to Osman?
Yes.
Ayariga,
yes.
Who then reports to Pablo,
the
Jojo Parado.
That's
the rank. But you are the highest on the rank. So you are like, is this like a NAPCO kind of thing? National Neighbor, what was the thing? NAPCO, Nation Builders Corps.
This is a program unique of its kind. It is not like any other.
What is it? What is National Apprenticeship?
So the National Apprenticeship Program is a unique government initiative by the John Mahama-led, His Excellency John Mahama-led government. And the essence is to provide jobs for the teeming unemployed youth, bridge skills gap, and contribute to economic development. The essence is that the informal sector plays key role in any nation development. The dresses we wear are produced by people from the informal sector. You cannot have any economy run effectively if the informal sector skill sets are not productive enough. Why? Because we all came here either driving or riding. The vehicles we drive are maintained by people who are not bankers. So when you must come to the office, somebody must service the vehicle you use. So should you get a flat tire midway, it's a vulcanizer that fixes that. That vulcanizer works not within the regulated sectors where you have labor laws binding their activities. They are the informal sector people. You must have a beautiful hair to go to church. That hair is either braided by a hairdresser or your cut is done by a barber. That barber works within the informal sector. And so it goes down to even what we eat. Agricultural productivity is done generally by people from the informal sector. And so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC government recognized this very early before they coming into government, and so sought to set up a comprehensive mechanism that provides competence-based training for young people who are already talented in Ghana, who want to learn skills, but generally do not get the opportunity to learn because of the high cost of fees, which is bridging accessibility to inaccessibility because of high cost of fees. The fact that learning is not standardized, and so you might find a hairdresser learning from one part of the country, and when you move to another part, the hairstyles that are done there are not the same that are done elsewhere. And so we need standardization. There are many skill sets in this country that we import. POP, for instance, we bring them largely from Togo. We have oil industry and submerged welding, what we may call underwater welding. Most of them we import these skills, but we have talented people in Ghana that we need to groom, tap into their potential, and we can build this country together. And so that is the core of the National Apprenticeship Program. So it's a program that provides free competence-based learning for any young person aged between 15 to 40 years that is willing and available to learn or polish a skill. Through the training, the fees are paid. The apprentices get to benefit monthly stipends for transportation to keep you at work. For the first time, there's a comprehensive workplace insurance for all learners. Once it is informal sector, if you're in the welding industry, there might be accidents at workplace. We don't pray for them. But when they happen, the program has a responsibility to cater for that. So there's a comprehensive insurance for these ones. We provide the learning tools for the learners. And at the end of the program, we set you up with the basic toolkits that you need to function in your area.
So this program is not for people who are already skilled and looking for jobs. You are training people to know how to do the job. That's what you're doing.
So there are two ends to this. The first component is for people that want to learn a skill to get employed. The second component, which incorporates the pure learning recognition. There are many others that have gone through apprenticeship already. They have passed out operating, but they do not have any standardized certificate to show that that person is competent in a trade area. And so by virtue of that, it is difficult to get hooked onto jobs.
So an apprentice is someone who is undergoing learning, which is really what you are doing.
Yeah.
What programs do you have on your, okay, so what kind of jobs or skills are you teaching?
So the program is divided into, it covers 9 broad areas, and under each broad area we have separate skill sets. So the first, we have agriculture and agro-processing. So under the agriculture, we have 3 subdivisions: the primary agricultural production, animal husbandry, the general agricultural production that we know. Then we have the agro-processing chain, where produce from agriculture processed into some other usable commodities. Then we have this supporting agricultural supporting technologies, irrigation technology and what have you. Then we have the craftsmanship and artisanal trades that falls under construction and those ones. So we also have hospitality and tourism. We have fashion and textile trades. We have ICT and emerging digital trades or technologies. We also have sustainable and renewable energy that looks at solar, biogas, wind energy, because we largely have a lot of sunlight in Ghana, and so we need to be tapping into those ones. One of the most subscribed areas is cosmetology, which we are into, beauty and personal care. That is where we have the hairdressing, makeup, and those ones. So these are the 9 broad areas that the program covers for the pilot phase.
What's the duration of the training?
The duration varies. We have the short term, which is covering 2 to 4 months. We have a medium term that covers 4 to 12 months, and then the long term covers 12 to 18 months.
So it's between 2 months and 1.5 years.
Yeah.
That's what the training takes.
That's what the training
Do you have a central place you do this training, or you have masters you attach them to? How do you do it?
So the training is nationwide, because we must reach whoever wants to learn where the person is located. And so we have mastercraft persons across the country. And so far we have recruited and trained 4,057. The initial target was to train 3,000, but we have mastercrafts persons oversubscribing. And so in the last 2 weeks across the country, we did a 3-day orientation and accreditation training, refresher courses for all the mastercrafts that were.
So these are going to be like the teachers of the program?
Yeah, so we've trained them into a pool of training providers. Not all are going to start at the same time. We are onboarding them as we scale up. Then in same vein...
But they are from across, they are not from one place?
Across the country.
So you don't have a centralized training place?
So the training is not expected to be centralized.
So if I say in you are from Nandom. If in Nandom I applied to be a hairdresser under your program, I would be attached to a hairdresser in Nandom, or I'll be brought to work.
So there are many hairdressers in Nandom who have applied, shortlisted, trained, and given accreditation for this particular program. So if you live in Nandom and you live in Nandom, Munyipele, we assign you to a hairdresser that is closest to you in Munyipele. If somebody comes from Bilegang in Nandom, we assign the learner to a hairdresser closest in Bilegang. And of course, we have lots of mastercraft persons spread across the country.
Why do I have to go through this, your project, when already in my village, the village seamstress has been accepting people? All you need to do is buy half crate of Fanta, I think half crate of Sprite, and I think some small coins, and then they train you, then they give you scissors and sellotape, they take photo and say pour powder on you and say, yeah, you have finished. Why do I have to go through this government apprenticeship when there's already that happening informally among communities where my mother knows this person and their daughter is doing that, so I'm going to do it? For instance, my sister learned from Kwo, who used to be a kinky seller but also a tailor in the village. Why do I have to go through?
So just as you have narrated, apprenticeship is not new. Historically, apprenticeship is a fabric of the African tradition.
Which means your program is not new then. You are saying that it's a Mahama, something, so use all the nice words, but just turns out the thing is existing that.
Nothing is new on it, but there's a difference in the nature.
So why would a GSS graduate choose to go through your apprenticeship program and not go through their local person? That's what I want to know, to go and learn fitting, for instance.
Of course, and I'm coming to give you that.
Yes.
So, as I said earlier, apprenticeship is not new at all. But you would find that the traditional mechanism for apprenticeship have largely been accustomed to those who have the access to the Fanta or powder or tape measure that is required to be given to the mastercraft person to start learning. There are many out there that have talents and wish that they could have a skill learned.
So they don't have the capacity
but
to do that.
But of course, accessibility is a problem because they do not even have the basic apprenticeship fee to pay.
So does it mean you take care of that apprenticeship
So
fee?
government covers that comprehensively.
How much do you pay per apprentice?
So it varies. In Greater Accra, for instance, you would find that some shops charge as high as 5,000, some would take 3,000, depending on the location. You move to the middle belt and the cost is varying. And so comprehensively, it is not a uniform cost
So,
across the country.
so if I bring you a bill, you give me the money to go and pay. What if I lie to you? Is there a way you can check to see?
There are contractual arrangements.
Okay.
It is not as if when we come to you and you say you are taking 10 CD, we pay 10 CD.
Okay.
Government has an offer. And so all those that are enrolled onto the program, we have had discussions, roundtable discussions. And of course, the program is not just a money-making machinery for mastercraft persons. And true, that is why we did a comprehensive 3-day orientation and accreditation process for the mastercraft. So they understand that they are contributing their quota to nation building.
Very well.
And developing skills for you.
Let me just get a few things because we have to leave. So when you agree on the terms, you pay the mastercraft. Then the apprentice, will go and work for 2 months up to 18 months, depends on which one. You pay me allowance?
We pay the apprentices monthly allowances.
How much?
300 for now.
Per
It is
person,
just per person.
regardless of what they are.
Regardless of what you are doing.
Starting when? When is it starting?
The program starts this month.
So if you want to enroll, what do you do? Is there a website you go to, or you go to an office, NDC office, and go and ask?
So this is not a party program. This is a national intervention.
So where do you go to register?
So there are multiple channels for this one. So we have the online onboarding mechanisms where if you go to the www.ny.nap, you will find it. If you just go to the NY portal, you will find an online application portal where you can fill completely or download the forms and complete that. We also have the manual forms that are available across the country in all NYA offices or district assemblies. You can fill the manual form and submit it at the district assembly or NYA office, and we will get that.
So what's the qualification? Anybody can join, or you have to have GSS, for instance?
Basic education is not a prerequisite.
So you just have to have an interest
you just need to have an interest, and you must apply.
If I collect the 300 and I don't go to learn, what happens to me? Will you sack me?
There are mechanisms to check all these ones. So the program is well thought through.
Do you have district coordinators who monitor these?
We have regional coordinators across the country, and we will have district coordinators from December.
So they'll be checking whether truly the people are coming to do the apprenticeship thing or they are lying.
There's a comprehensive monitoring and evaluation system. Besides that, the application process provides for 2 guarantors who provide surety for the apprentice.
Oh, okay.
To ensure that the tools that we give to you, you cannot sell it.
Are you give tools to them?
Yes, I mentioned that earlier.
So for instance, you buy a sewing machine for me if I wanted to go and do that.
So if you have to learn, you need a sewing machine to practice with whilst you are learning. So we provide you the learning tools whilst you are learning. And at the end of the day, when you are graduating, we give you a standardized certificate.
But do you collect the sewing machine back?
No, we provide a startup kit for you.
I see.
So whilst you may have a sewing machine to start with, when you are ending, there are others that will be added to the same sewing machine for you. And again, as I said, the guarantors are to ensure that when you enroll on our program,
you run away with it.
Do not relate. If you leave, the guarantors refund that money.
Okay. Question before we leave: how many people have you enrolled so far? Do you have that figure readily available?
Of course, the pilot phase targets 10,000, and in 4 years we are supposed to train not less than 500,000.
And how many have registered
so far? The applications that have come in far exceed 115,000 apprentices and over 9,000 mastercraft applications. And as I said, we've done shortlisting, trained 4,057 so far in a national pool. We've shortlisted over 18,000 apprentices, but not all the 18,000 are starting at a go.
Where is your head office? I don't want to come and cover demonstrating unpaid allowances for hairdressers or fitters. Where's your head office? Are you with the NYA?
Yes.
So you operate from the NYA office?
Yes, North Kaneshi.
Oh no, we know where you are. We know where. So you are assuring us that we will not hear that they have not been given the allowance. They are complaining.
This
when
is a
demonstration
comprehensive,
strike.
well thought through program.
Where's the money from for this? Is it part of the budget, or there's a special vehicle that is used to fund it?
So this is comprehensively government budget funded, and you would hear that 300 million in the first budget was allocated to this one.
Very well.
The NDC government and
300 million. You are sitting on big money. I'll come and befriend you, please. I'll add you as a friend on Facebook.
Education is expensive.
Okay.
If you hear the cost of one industrial machine, you would understand why that 300 million we may even need some more money to scale when we go to the scale up. So next year, from January, government has assured that we will be onboarding no less than 100,000.
Okay.
And then the assurance we are giving all applicants are that if you have applied and you haven't been shortlisted for the pilot phase, you do not need to reapply. Okay. Applications are still valid.
So you keep going to the pool.
It's a rolling program,
Very well.
And as and when we need to onboard new learners, we
Nicodemus NB Derry,
NBD.
NBD Derry, National Coordinator, National Apprentice Program. Thank you so much for joining us on Eyewitness.
Thank you for having me.
That would be it for Eyewitness News tonight. Eyewitness News is brought to you by Valex Lee's Affordable Document Management Solutions. Have a good night, everybody.